in my
And
shower.
let me pull out my notepad because I got the access. I can look the case up in the country. If it's a U.S. if it's a U.S. case, I can look it up right now. So what's case number one, Mr.
Chill, everyone, chill. Hold on,
guys.
Hey, wait, stop, please, respectfully.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad.
If we can't do it, let people ask if they will. We're going to do the question thing for a minute and get back on track. If you want to ask a question, let them finish, land their plane, and then you answer. Please stay on topic. So, Joe, first of all, what was your question again? Just real quick.
My question. I wanted his opinion on the legalities involved. Just your opinion. If you're familiar with them, and the way you were talking about the court, I assumed that you were. But they go something like you have a right to travel, the same way you have a right to walk. And there have been laws made and cut out in the Constitution. If you're doing commerce, you're fucking up the public roads. Therefore, you're a driver and you owe money. And the regular person, though, shall not be touched. That seems clear in a lot of different cases. What is your opinion on the legalities? Please, I don't mean to be rude.
My opinion on the legality, I've already explained.
You done? Hold on, you done?
Okay, I was gonna say I don't mean to be rude, but please stick
now,
to
MPC, can I go uninterrupted, or is this what's gonna happen?
Well, yeah, as long as you answer this question respectfully.
I've respectfully been trying to, but here on the internet, I tend to find people who live in a life of delusion, and the internet seems to support
we don't
that
need. Okay, I get that.
Okay. So I've already explained. I've already explained the philosophical addendum of what he's saying. I think it works out great on the moral construct, right?
What is your opinion?
What is your opinion? Yeah.
MPC, I'm trying to answer you guys. So the answer I'm giving you just doesn't work out unless I submit to what you guys are saying must be true.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Philosophically, what you guys are saying is great, because to say the criminal justice system is incorruptible is bullshit. Someone who's been practicing in it, someone who studied for it most of his higher education, understands there's many flaws and there's many corruptions. I'm the first person to tell you here. But you guys are sitting here and pretending like the gangs who run Compton or whatever else, the mob, La Cosa Nostra. Is that interruption? Is that interruption I'm hearing? Is that interruption?
We'll give you a minute. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Crazy work. Boys, that's crazy work, boys. That's crazy work, boys. You people are pretending like these very jurisdictional mafias don't control.
I guess we can't answer the question.
All right, so since they won't let me answer the question, because my question is unanswerable according to them, unless I say, hey, I can walk into court and say whatever the fuck I want.
That's good. I also want to hear the question.
Even though I broke the law in the place I live.
Being attacked or whatever by everyone.
No, I don't think I was attacked, bro. I've been doing this for a while. I used to have open panels. MPC, I had 400,000 subscribers. On Flow State's panel, bro. On Flow State's panel, some goofy came on from years ago and exposed my Instagram subs and all that shit. Right? So listen, I've been talking to people like this all day. My shit got banned because I wasn't willing to go, hey, follow the TOS. I was willing to talk to people. I get it, you're a star. I don't mean that. I'm a bald, fat Indian boy. What are you talking about?
God, trying to get you talking about.
Keep talking. What are you talking about? I'm a star. Fuck you mean? If I was a star, I'd be talking to you. Come on, humble yourself.
If you were a star, you wouldn't be talking to me.
Get her buds.
Dog, I've literally tried to say, like, I respect the fact that you have 400 subs. This is 400. Crazy, bro. I mean 400,000. Excuse me. That's what I meant, bro. Because I gotta speed talk because you keep talking over everyone, right? So this is why
that's crazy.
I'm literally trying to keep it copacetic. I don't run the fuck shit. Hold on, bro. I don't run the fuck shit on here. I respectfully, that's cool that you know. I'm saying you had fucking you're running shit. That's all I'm saying.
Fuck that. I'm telling you, I got 3 strikes. I get it. I asked you respectfully.
Well, can you answer the question?
Can I answer the question? And you guys didn't even let me go 25 seconds. Listen. If the answer is not what you want to hear, regardless of the answer, just listen to the answer. You're interrupting my answer, and then you have the nerve to say, I'm not letting you guys talk.
Yes, it's disrespectful to answer my question before you go on that long-ass rant.
I'm the motherfucker with the nerve. I'm that dude with the nerve. I'm that 1 in 10,000. Listen, I am perfectly willing
Dude, that's a little narcissistic, brother. No,
I don't care. No, you don't understand. I don't give a shit. I have no cares to give. The reason I say this is specifically because you need to hear it, because you have this swelled impetus in your brain that makes you think you're more important than the people around you, when in reality, we are the people that are subscribed to you. If we don't do this, it doesn't exist. You're nothing. It's us. It's Joe. It's NBC. It's every one of us. And if you're the one, you're the guy, if you're that personality that makes everything happen, you're the narcissist, sir.
Bro, come on. Okay. First and foremost, here's another example of why you guys don't want to listen. I don't have a show anymore. There's no subscribers. The whole point I support you guys with your small channels is because I support free speech. So, sir, I have nothing to gain from taking up your fucking channel's times. You can boot me, block me. It's end of day.
Dude,
you know why you let me on here and let me stick around in the chat, sir. So everything you just said makes no sense. Again, let's stop talking about how I think I'm important and just get back to this idea of the law, jurisprudence, the Latin term that's discussed in the court of law in this United States of America. When I try to explain to you guys that we can just go to one courthouse with one member of this great community of we know the law better than the lawyers. I'm sorry, I'm being serious here. We can go to this courthouse and try to keep that person from being held in contempt of court, because I'm telling you, in a city of over 5 million people in a county 55 miles wide, in the Twin Towers, where people are jailed every day, Monday through Sunday, and people like me in the criminal defense field work our asses off to fight prosecutors, would love to use your arguments. Would love to use your arguments and get people scot-free off the motor vehicle codes, driving without a license, getting into a wreck and killing a granny with her children in the back. Okay, buddy, let's go to court and do it. I'm the stupid, bald, sand N-word, Caucasian Sasquatch, that had family show up less than 50 years ago, that's trying to explain to you guys, I went to the University of Washington, I went to the University of California, Los Angeles Schools of Law, and I learned how the courts work. So I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am all they're freaking out. They're spurging.
Bro, you can't. Wait, Sasquatch. Oh shit. I didn't hear you saying those words, so
I am not. That is not a thing. My daughter's Afghani.
Can I get a couple minutes?
Like Fred, but listen.
And can I get a couple minutes to
go ahead, Wizard?
I gotta put me backstage because the argument is stumped simply. I'm willing to fund the court case hearing.
Can you just yield when I watch everyone else's? Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm quiet too, bro. I was muted up for 30 minutes at a time.
I appreciate you. Thank you. 30 minutes, not by me. Go ahead.
I know I was personally, and now you guys are sitting here saying I won't let you talk. What? When the matter of the law was brought up, and I wanted to stump your stupid arguments.
So instead of stumping my argument, you interrupted me and deflected to 11 cases. I've got 94 cases, buddy. I beat child custody twice, child support, traffic citation.
What was the case number? Can I look it up? I'm a lawyer. I have access to the cases.
Would you
up to 25 years ago?
Up? Would you
11 to 94 MPC? He can't give me one case number.
But it's his turn to talk. He has to talk in a minute. Let him talk, then you can talk.
Okay. Will he come up with a case number at the end so I can look it up, though?
Shut up.
Let him finish his shit.
Question. Don't make the man.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right, Mr. 94, let's go.
Shut the fuck up, and you'll find out. I not only have the record right in front of me, I'm willing to pull all my records up online and share them right here.
Okay, I got the court website up that allows a bar associated lawyer to look at the cases. Can you give me one of those 94 cases so I can be on page with you? Who was it versus the people? Can you bring up one case that you helped defeat through sovereign law?
No, I'm talking about my cases. I'm not.
Yes, sir. I'm asking. Do you understand? In the United States, as a lawyer, there's a case law record, and I can look it up. Every case has a number. Give me one case number out of your 94 so we can be on the same page. And Joe, I respect you because you call out cops. We're talking about case law now, dog. So hold up. There's no disrespect here. I'm talking about the truth. God. We're talking about God. So case law number. Give me one out of the 94, Mr. Pero. If you got one, I can look up the case. I can see who was the accused victim. I can see who was the prosecutor. I can see the judge for the case if it's up to 25 years ago or earlier. One case number, sir. You said you have the records.
Are you done?
Oh my God. Yes, sir. I'm done. Waiting for the evidence so I can help.
Shut the fuck up.
All right. Okay. Shutting the fuck up.
So when you want reference to those 94 cases, I've got screen share ready so you can look them up and we'll all look at them. You ignorant fuck.
Let's look at them.
To search.
Iowa courts. All right. We got one location. All right.
Case search. Notice, folks, it says last/firm name. So there is, in fact, a substitution that you do not know about, which means it is an unconscionable act.
Okay, that's not answering the question, which I've been accused of doing, but can we look up the case? Okay, Little Keith. Keith Little, that's the case number. Keith Little versus the people. Let me look it up, too. Let me look it up, too, on my end.
No, you'll see 94
Keith Little versus the people, Iowa.
You'll see.
Let's see what we got here. 01071 AGCR 128-360-1223-2004. Okay, so the most recent case was 2016 AGCR. I got that pulled up here. I'm just telling you, sir, as an attorney, I have it pulled up right here on my phone, too.
I don't care.
Oh, you don't care.
I don't care.
Okay. Just for the record, you'd probably be held in contempt for talking like that in court. All right, let's go.
Right.
Yes, sir.
My last case I went to, where they tried to hold me in trial, I cussed and swore at them all through the trial.
Why are you guys being held to go to trial all the time? What's going on?
Understand what's going on before you and shut the fuck up.
I got the case numbers up, sir. AGR 15845. 158-465. Excuse me.
Keep interrupting when you have no reason to.
Yeah, excuse me real quick. Pero and God. Hold on. Go ahead. What were you saying, Sasquatch?
So the issue is that El Pero has all of this stuff that you're asking for, and he'll tell you the numbers that you want for specific cases when you get to that case, but you're just basically babbling into the microphone so that you can't hear what people say.
Not true, because I've just let you talk. I have the case numbers up. I'm waiting for him to pull up the non-guilty or guilty plea or no context plea. I have it up here right now, and to respect you guys,
that matters.
Oh, none of it matters. So you don't want to know how the case ended.
It really does. You suddenly interested had a case ended. We were asking for your opinion on the legalities, not the outcome of the cases.
We heard it here, MPC. You heard it here. How the case ends doesn't matter. The majority of these are guilty pleas. I just checked on my phone.
Please don't talk over people.
Wow. Everybody. No, you won't. You don't have to worry about it, bro. It's all good. Most of those are guilty pleas, by the way. Keep convincing people. Keep convincing people to break the law. And you got the answers, bro. Wow.
There we go.
Wild.
He finally answered my question. Not directly, but he finally did.
So let me explain to everybody. Let me explain to everybody what is right before
your Mr. Nice Guy.
You were.
So let me explain to everybody what is right before your fucking eyes. You have an initiated date. You have a title. And looky here. There's a motherfucking name. Looky here, this is the role that you have, that they have you playing. It's a motherfucking game. Don't tell me this motherfucking court has jurisdiction over me anymore. I know better. Let's look at Federal Rules of Civil Procedure Rule 4, where they have to obtain personal jurisdiction through the diplomatic service of notice. And the defendant must voluntarily appear in court. You can never get me to voluntarily appear in court anymore because of that. That is the name that case is made in, not mine.
I hear you. But what I'm trying to say to you, and I've said this before in different ways, when you want people to understand what you're trying to explain, you have to cut it up into smaller pieces so they can chew it. They're not going to get it the first time you just throw it on them. It took me a year, bro. It took me a year of tuning into the Heckle Bus and the other two channels that I can't remember the name of ever.
Yeah,
you saying the same thing, and me going, that doesn't make any sense, because if I do that, I'll go to jail. To realize that, wait a second, I am not this name they've given me.
I'm not sure that go to jail thing is relevant. You perhaps will go to jail. However, is it right or is it wrong? No, is more important. It's just like anything. Like picking up a camera, filming the police. I may go to jail. Is it right or is it wrong, though?
Sure.
I think I looked at the argument a lot, and I think that just of all, without even looking at any court documents or anything, it doesn't stand to reason that I can travel around freely on my bicycle and horse and all of that. But if I put a motor on something, I owe you money. That's not even logical. And even according to the shit I think I see, everything only applies to commerce. It looks like that's true.
Well, this is the whole thing. Is, I mean, y'all make good arguments and whatnot, and my thing is, like, it's never gonna have a really good discussion, because the guy has so much invested in that identity of you know, the legal the thing. It's like talking to a doctor about the medical system or something. That ain't gonna end well unless they're open-minded.
Yes.
I'm not saying he's not open-minded, but
no, open-minded. That was great. He was not open-minded. He thought he was better than us and knew more, because he told us how many times he's a lawyer. He really did think that he knew more, and he should be the one. He should be the one allowed to talk all the fucking time, because he was the most correct and shit. That's in his head.
Yes, sir.
Right. No, that's the thing, is like, some people on earth are autistic, and we have a tendency of paying attention to detail. and I can remain autistic longer than he can remain a lawyer.
Yeah. So if anybody ever wants to go over that record, I will go over that record in detail. And I will
I've been there.
Means.
I'm not
okay. They are using your name they are using your name without explaining to you how they're using your name. Think about that prescription. The next time you get a prescription, look on the top left corner of your prescription and see if that's actually your last name. It's not.
All right, let's take a grip on that. NPC, may I?
It's called me a bum. Okay, all right. Let's see if you're a bum if you come up here again. Like, come on, bro. You're just ostracizing yourself even more.
Dude, you are belittling bums everywhere.
You're right.
Listen,
Brothers of the Madness bums.
I've been fed by bums more than I've been fed by churches.
There you go. Yeah.
They are the nicest people on earth. Crazy, blind, or cripple, they'll share the half can of beans they have. They have a half can. They shared it with someone else earlier, and then they find you and they're like, well, I only have half a can, but I'll share it with you. These are the salt of the earth. These are the people that the Bible speaks about when they talk about inheriting the earth.
Yeah, and also these are the speaking of bringing it back to God spelled backwards, dogs, right? These are some of the best dog owners too. These people will go starve. They'll starve themselves in order to take care of their dog and keep.
You're right. All them homeless cats got
those dogs. Listen to them too. Yeah. They listen to them so well.
Joe, why did they have dogs?
I like to hear yours. I got some ideas. But you tell me.
I don't get to hear your idea.
Okay, I could say I didn't want to throw you off.
You gotta promise me you'll tell me your idea, and I'll explain my observations.
All right.
My observation is this: homeless people will eat most anything. A dog can catch most anything. If you have a dog, you have a secondary access to food that most people don't consider. If it's cooked, no one questions where it comes from.
Wait. All right. First of all, I hadn't considered that. And I was not aware that homeless people had dogs trained to go kill game and bring it back so they could cook it. I didn't think one homeless motherfucker did that. What I was thinking why they have dogs is because the average person will shun them, whether it be real or imagined. The average person can't communicate with them. So that is the alternative of dog.
A defense.
Not against literally, that too. but it's more a defense against having to alter yourself, face the public, change the way I interact with people, because at some point, people are so down on themselves, man. That
I love it, dude. I love it. I love it. This is why me and you freaking click, because you've thought about this to a point that I have thought about it that far, but we both kind of ether out at the same point where we're like, you know, homeless people have dogs, and it's either food or it's companionship. Either way, it's worthwhile because they expend the energy to do it, even though they're homeless. And we both respect it at that point. It's like, I'm not sure why, but we know that they do.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of all types, the crazy homeless to the homeless that seem more sane than me. So it's not upon me to judge whether you know, whether they could or couldn't. But I've seen people take the homeless person's dog because they feel like you can't take care of it properly or whatever.
I ever tell you about Charles? I got a buddy of mine named Charles. I ran into Charles like 20 freaking years ago. We both worked in the same environment where we were building like off-grid cabins, lodges, hunting places and stuff like that. And we ended up like hooking up and talking to each other. And he's like super duper deep core hippie. Right?
Yes, I love
he doesn't even respond to censuses. He does not exist in your world, Joe.
I get it. I love those people. I got buddies, new Guru, right?
Yeah, no, he's right now.
Hey, El Perro, you good, brother?
What I'm getting at is this guy, he comes to me with some really down-to-earth concepts that's really hard to transfer to YouTube, where it's like, well, you know, I'm hungry. Okay, you're hungry, and what else? Well, I need food. You need food? What else? Well, I'm going to go get food where I happen to be. If I happen to be on somebody's land and they have eggs, I'm hungry. It's really hard when you're sitting there talking to these people to be like, that doesn't make sense, because you, Joe, you, Barra, you, NBC, if you were there and you were hungry, you're hungry.
I wouldn't say it don't make sense, Sasquatch. I see the logic in it. This is God's world, and everybody, especially the government, has said, claim the spot. It's mine. Especially the government, as they've claimed damn near everything. So how does a man exist in the world and go about himself without encroaching on someone else's shit? I don't care if I try to travel down that road. Suddenly someone is telling me it's mine and blah, blah.
Off grid. These people, listen, I'm going to say something here that I have not said in public in 5 years. My last name is McCoy. I have family on all 7 continents and the fucking space station. These people, they keep track of stuff that happens. They track things. I don't know how to explain it, but every now and then folks show up and tell you about it. When you have a family as old as mine, they keep track of stuff. It's just,
you're not saying that that some of your neighbors used to be Hatfields, are you?
Yes.
I was about to say that.
Yes.
That was exactly the first thing I saw. First, I thought he was a reptilian Illuminati. Then I said, "Oh, Hatfield and McCoy."
Okay. Either way, what I'm saying is, we are one family now, Joe. When I run into a Hatfield in a bar, I buy him drinks.
I dig it.
And if I don't have money, he buys me drinks.
Yeah.
And it's not a question.
Sasquatch, what did that start? What state?
Kentucky / West Virginia.
Okay.
But it's Tug Creek, specifically a valley called Tug Creek in like West Virginia, Kentucky. It is the line there. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. None of that matters. I know people think it matters, but the reality of it is, 7 of our daughters married 7 of their sons, and 5 of our sons married 5 of their daughters. How is that
thing, right?
Families? Yes, we can't feud anymore. It's impossible because we're all the same family. We buy each other drinks.
Well, here I think you just solved the nation's problems. whenever these immigrants come in, we need to have sex with as many fucking right-wing Americans as possible.
Dude.
And
I want a
suddenly,
multi-ethnic soccer team of daughters.
suddenly,
I'm doing my part in Taiwan.
The problem is that in most natural environments, when it comes to animals, it's only the women that come in like that. The children and men are males are disregarded. In other words, they're killed and gotten rid of. They don't need them.
Yeah, that's what happened out here with the Dutch after Koshenga from the Ming Dynasty defeated the Dutch in Tainan, and then what they did was they took the wives, the Dutch women, as war brides, and took the children and either killed the husbands or imprisoned them. So we got a lot of Dutch people up here.
And I think it's important to understand that women have and will always go through more suffrage because of that. But again, that's inherently why it's up to the men to protect them, even in times of war.
Pharaoh, being in the family that I'm in means that you're related to me, NPC the game is related to me, and Joe Cool is related to me.
Your son of God?
No, children of fire.
Oh, that relates us too.
No, it has to do with how early we came to the U.S., how early we were involved in European politics, how early we went to South Africa, how early we went to various other nations in Africa, and how we assimilate into populations we go into rather than trying to force those populations to join.
You realize everybody does that, not just your family.
Yes, sure. Okay. But we've been doing it since like 1100 BC.
I can't keep a track of mine, but I bet they go back that far. As proof, I'm here now.
They do. Okay. I have actual names of motherfuckers who pay taxes is the difference.
Yes, I would have no fucking idea.
Hey, Sasquatch, you were talking about the Basque people. Are you talking about obviously then your family's part of that too?
Yes, part of that as well, because
so is mine.
It doesn't matter what part of history you try to attach it to. You'll come up with the children of fire in that native lingo, regardless of how you put it.
Okay, let me bring it back to something. I only have one more segment I wanted to hit about dogs. And it has nothing to do with sex. It's about food. It's about feeding the dogs. I just wanted to show you a little clip because I feed my dogs raw food. Let me just show you this real quick.
Has your veterinarian criticized you for feeding or wanting to feed your pet a raw diet? In recent years, some pet owners and veterinarians have started to butt heads when it comes to nutrition. On one end, you have a frustrated owner feeling like they aren't being taken seriously, and on the other end, you have a defeated veterinarian because their client is believing information that they read online over their professional advice. As someone who is passionate about the raw diet, but also someone who works with conventional vets that are skeptical of the raw diet, I feel that I need to shed light on both sides. So, why are so many vets against the raw diet? Number one, lack of evidence. Many owners criticize veterinary-tailored pet food companies like Hill's Science Diet and Purina because they believe that they brainwash vets into thinking that their product is the healthiest choice for their pets. The problem is that these companies have internally funded studies and food trials to back up their claims, and they don't have an incentive to perform research on raw diets since it competes with their own products.
Let me say this real quick. Pet food hasn't been around that long, right? Like this type of kiddo stuff.
Actually, pet food's been around since like 1740. For a period of time there, it was lobsters, believe it or not. Then it was crabs for a while.
But I think he is talking about. I think he is talking about manufactured pet food.
Yes, like crude protein.
Lobster was canned.
Protein.
Okay.
I'll bring it up. The only reason I bring it up is because the lobster was canned specifically for dogs and cats.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did a show on this a couple of years ago. My bad.
But what about this stuff this other stuff like the Science Diet is that type of brown kibble?
Hold on, Science Diet. I have an experience with science. Never, ever, ever, ever feed a bulldog Science Diet. The farts that take place are biblical. Dude, it's heinous. It's really bad. I cleared out an entire wing of a hotel with a single Bulldog Science diet fart.
That's disgusting. Yeah.
Do you think that the kibble is better or worse? Do you think that raw is better or worse?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I got a buddy.
Raw is better.
I'm pretty sure I got a buddy who
better.
You got a couple arguments there. I got a buddy who I think pretty sure she
Training.
mixes her raw dog food with yams or something like that, and she feed her dogs. And yes, dogs have been around damn near as long as we have, as long as I can remember.
No, they have been.
They were not eating fucking canned kibble. So I'm sure raw will suffice for many tens, if not hundreds of thousands of years.
Sure.
If it's done right.
Sure. In fact, I would go far enough to say dogs are not not wolves, dogs. Dogs are not carnivores. Dogs are omnivores. They eat the same thing we eat. Yeah. They can subsist on fortified rice. They can subsist on nothing but fish. They can subsist on the same thing we can. This is a very rare thing in the animal kingdom.
What about hippos? Are hippos carnivores? Hippos carnivores?
Hippos are herbivores that occasionally eat meat. They occasionally eat meat. They're not technically omnivores.
All right, I was just testing because yes, they occasionally eat meat. Yes,
they don't hunt, but if something dies nearby, they'll gobble that shit up too.
Yes.
What are we talking about? Dogs, cats, or freaking God? Where are we at?
We're back to dogs.
Like just cats and dogs. What do you prefer? Well, I mean, what's better for them? Raw diet, a balanced raw diet, or general kibbles?
Let's cover it from the other side first. Cats are absolutely detrimental to the environment, no matter what environment they enter into. They are the dominant predator above us in every environment a domestic cat enters into.
Domestic cats.
Any cat, but domestic cats are the ones we bring, so they're most numerous.
Oh, so you're saying domestic cats are detrimental?
Yes, as an invasive species, by definition, they kill like 100% of the species they encounter. They play with them and they decide whether or not they're fun, and then decide how many of them to kill from that point.
And they're even with something like birds. The number one killer of birds is probably domestic cats.
Right?
I mean, they are effective, even with something that flies and you think would be free. The birds, even the number one, I think, is domestic cats.
Lizards, dude. Number one killer of lizards, salamanders, frogs, freaking. You name the local species and cats eat it. Period.
Have you heard I heard somewhere a long time ago that if a domestic cat were the size of a big cat like lions and tigers, it would be the worst, most ferocious shit ever to fucking roam the planet.
Yeah.
Yes. If a cat weighed 75 pounds, they would eat you.
Yes, you instead of Chad.
They would hunt and eat you. Yes.
Oh, since you playing this, I gotta tell you about this little video. It's like National Geographic is about the hyenas and the lions. You know how they always battle. Well, the male is gone, and the hyenas are attacking the pride. The woman tried to stop it. They surrounded her. They got her back to the water. They fucking her up, and here comes her mate. Just happens to be coming back at this time. Go. And they say, and they call him Antoine de Mela, he who greets with fire. You could probably YouTube that name. And this is 20 some years ago, 30 years ago, something. Antoine de Mela, he who greets with fire. And he just grabbed the hyena by the back and broke his back. And it was just dramatic shit.
I know the footage you're talking about is beautiful.
Yes, it's famous. Antoine de Mela. You could, I'm sure I could find it on my other phone.
The only time dogs become a detriment to the surrounding environment is when humans take advantage of dogs for hunting. Wolves, dogs, coyotes, foxes, you name it. right? The canid species in general. They are beneficial to the environment in quote unquote normal numbers. The difference occurs when you have domesticated dogs. Domesticated dogs are a deal breaker. When humans take dog hunting, humans succeed 99.9% of the time, whether it's the actual prey they're looking for or just enough prey to feed the freaking pack. The pack will eat, and the humans will manage their eating in a way that makes it beneficial largely to the overwhelming environment. Cats are not that way. They kill and kill and kill and kill because it's fun.
Yeah.
Damn.
I sent you Sasquatch.
I got it, Joe. This one. Right? I think this is it.
Damn, you niggas fast.
Indra is back from
It's called the Mela.
Ready to confront.
That's it. That's the one.
I'll let Joe on the panel.
He's charged. He's like,
Jesus Christ.
Dead.
Oh my God, that's awful. All bad. He got fucked.
It is a moment of supreme opportunity for the matriarch to succeed in the psychological warfare.
Oh no, that's not how that works though, Joe. If he had left, in order to leave that alone, he would have to have left the victim of his hunting alone before the lion attacked the prey the lion took, right? Like this started way back before the hunt started.
No, I think this was okay. I think this particular instance was because they was fucking with his chick.
Yes, but she was hunting. She took prey.
Okay, I was wondering if you were going to it started there. Okay,
he took the prey that they were already hunting, and so they tried to run her off from the kill. And the male lion shows up and says, "Bitch, please."
Okay,
just for a segue, we don't have to stay there, but maybe that the Hatfield McCoy original beef was over a woman. You think
it was over a pig, sir? A pig.
Yeah.
It was over actually, I can be more specific. It was over the earmark of a pig because two individuals chose a very similar earmark, and then a single pig had that earmark, and they could not determine was it a Hatfield's or McCoy's, and a gunfight ensued. They separated, and essentially it divided down Tug Creek, after which there was a whole bunch of killing. 374 people died, and then there were a bunch of marriages, and everyone moved out of Tug Creek except for two families, a original Devil Ants Hatfield, and I can't remember.
This lion ain't gave up. He's been chasing the entire time.
He kills them all, son.
He's been chasing the entire time. Well, he'll let it kill this one and take off, kill another one. Broke their back with just like a bite and ran to the next one.
On camera, there are two individual hyenas who run away, and they do it at the beginning of this encounter. We're already past that point.
Yeah.
You mean this one, Sasquatch?
There are two hyenas, and they run off immediately. And it
was in the daytime. It's not this one. It was in the daytime.
Okay, that's brutal, bro.
Yeah,
he bites one and marks him,
and then takes one, runs off,
and then he goes and kills one. He kills another. He kills another. He kills another. He kills another. He just murders the whole pack.
One of them was the matriarch. They have a matriarchal society, which means her daughter would have been the next matriarch. But when the lion kills her, everybody turns on her daughter. The lion killed
her sister, and her daughter. So
she had one daughter live, because I know for sure that The one that was back,
the pack daughter, the one that was back feeding the pups and stuff, the one that didn't come on the hunt lived. She becomes matriarch. The only reason we know this is because they were doing a study on hyenas.
This is what it would have looked like, because it would have been old like this. We're talking about really old footage.
The new clan matriarch is in attendance, following his every move.
This has got to be it. They talking about that's the chick he gonna kill later.
And the hyenas are similar to dogs, right?
In some fashion, do you know? I'm sure Sasquatch knows this. Their bite force, though, must take them outside of being dogs. Their bite force alone. It's like crocodile shit.
So
hyenas, blood pressure.
Hyenas are pack animals, but they're pack animals who, like lions, have a female-dominated society with a male-dominated hunting matrix, right? So the males go out and find the areas where hunting takes place, and the females come in and actually do the hunting until a larger body is needed to like overtake a particular prey, and then the males come in and do that, right? Say almost identical from lions, but here's a couple of things. Hyenas have their gonads on the outside. So male or female, you can tell because it's right there. And it's not unheard of for a hyena to actually transex.
Really?
Yep.
Yes, they can
have nod like
male to male.
Clitoris is big enough to actually rape another hyena.
Yeah, it doesn't happen male to female, but female to male.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What will trigger really the need for a lack of a of a male?
Just like John Holmes, the X-rated what?
That's fascinating. I didn't know that.
I'll be right back.
And I dropped a link in the back, which I think is the right one.
Okay, let's get it. The daytime one, probably.
Yeah, check your shit.
Oh yeah. There's a bunch of them there, and they run her off the kill, but here he comes. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds long.
I don't see it. I don't see it
in the clip itself when he comes running out the forest. It says they call him Antoine de Mela, he who greets with fire. When he come running over there, that'll be the clip when you hear that shit.
Okay. Well, this is like a document or something.
It don't matter whatever it is. I don't matter.
No. What are you saying? It's a for modern. I think you gave me the wrong link. Yeah.
I'll check.
But... Try it again.
Yeah, these people are not people. These cats and dogs be at work.
Seems to succeed in psychological warfare.
You're right. Wrong link.
Yeah.
There you go.
He sent me the Protocol of Zion. So
I was reading it, Joe. This shit is horrible.
Hold on.
It's mean. I was reading this shit. Holy hell.
When Matsuri leads the pride out to meet the hyenas, it is to do
I miss these shows. I need to start watching them again.
With their eternal
I know, right? I'm just too.
Grew up on it. Mutual, Omaha, National Geographic.
I've seen every single one of them. I've gone forth and hunted them out.
Like, what the hell don't you know, Sasquatch? Are you like a human Wikipedia or something?
No.
Wait.
Give me a full screen. I'll explain.
They just said it. Wait. They just said the name.
Rewind it.
Back it up 10 seconds.
That's one of the most watched.
Said it.
You're right, Joe. Most watched part is right here.
And with their eternal enemies. Frenzied calls filter across the bush to the keen ears of Intwai Dumela, he who greets with fire.
Yo, that is fire, that name. Look at him come out.
I have an interesting crossover, and you might enjoy this, NPC, because you like coincidence.
Frenzied calls
okay.
My name, my personal name, my name means the child of knowledge and born of fire. My family name means the children of fire. It's just a weird little.
To this guy.
So Joe has made this point. You've made this point. El Perro has made this point. Why do I know the things that I know?
Yeah.
It's sad. It's a very sad fact. I grew up in the middle of nowhere with an encyclopedia
and a boyfriend.
There you go.
No, just
no boyfriend.
I would prefer a boyfriend. I'm not gonna lie.
Kitty cat
would have been better.
And a cat.
Dude, I had a cat. I had a cat that would fetch. I had a cat stream to fetch. I had a cat that would take a fish out of a freaking stream. I shit you not. You could take the cat fishing with you, throw the fucking rod out there, and the cat would jump in the goddamn water and go get a fish. I shit you not.
Fire.
Sasquatch is that dude that when they have the emperor, they need the scholar to follow him around. Teach him. Teach him, right?
I just read the entire Encyclopedia 1976 version, the World Book specifically. The one with the golden.
I remember those, yeah.
I read it too, Sasquatch.
They were there before I was there, but
the whole set.
Joe, like
and the Britannica, and I read about.
I feel like you had friends. I feel like you had people that you talked to. I sat at home in my fucking swamp, and I would take these freaking World Book Encyclopedia books on the canoe and go out to the middle of nowhere and go fish and read the encyclopedia.
I still get National Geographics.
I read those too. But now when I talk to you and you bring up something and I'm like, no, it's actually 2 degrees to the left. You're like, okay, sure.
Hey, hold on, Sasquatch. Let him hit us because he's rewound it 3 times.
This is this one El Parallel. It's the same thing. There we go. But clearer.
This is not a competition for food. When Matsumi leads the pride out to meet the hyenas, it is to do battle once again with their eternal enemies.
Beautiful.
Frenzied calls filter across the bush to the keen ears of Intwai Dumela, he who gangs with fire.
They took off when they saw him, yo.
You see, God. Damn, like he's King Vaughn.
He is the hyena killer.
Look at this little desert fox out there. He wasn't worried. He knows he's that.
He's gone, huh? Oh, there was a fox? Woo. What's this guy trying to do? Oh, he's trying to run away.
The women are emboldened now. And they're the real hunters anyway, so they're good at this shit.
Do you see how she hit the back leg?
Yeah.
That's it right there.
That was nothing but spun around for popping.
It's kind of like a pit maneuver.
Yeah, like
the police call that.
She pitted him.
I hear what you're saying.
I'll use that.
But it's a hamstring.
On the hamstring?
If a war started tomorrow, one of the things you would be taught to learn is how to hamstring a person. Because once they're hamstrung, you can just murder them.
Yep, they can't go nowhere.
Same thing with hyenas, lions, you freaking name it. I firmly believe, like no one believes this, but it's a thing that I believe. Lynxes and bobcats are responsible for some of the 411 cases because they hamstring people when they kill them. Typically, when you find a lynx or a bobcat hunting, they attack the back of the neck. But the back of the neck of a rabbit is about the same size as the back of the ankle of a human. And if you take that and you apply it to a hunting strategy, if I bite El Perro on his ankle, his Achilles tendon, he will fall down, and then I can have all the time I need to kill him.
Well, that would be easy to determine. You just see a lot of the victims, they would have to have damaged or torn Achilles tendons.
All of them, almost all of the 411 victims are either skeletal remains, which means we don't know, or they have damage to their feet and extremities before it becomes a 411.
Won't do. I'm not even sure what a 411 is, but
what does that mean?
The David Paulides.
Missing persons.
The ones with berries, water, and trails nearby.
Oh, I see.
It's the 411.
411 stands for information, And in
we used to call that.
Yeah. That's what I thought, but it didn't make any sense using it as information.
Missing 411 is specifically a David Pauletti's theory where a group of, actually it's not one group, it's like all across the U.S., largely involving national parks, where people turn up missing, and there are certain things associated with their missing status where it's those water,
respectively Alaska.
Those things you said will not do, Sasquatch. It must be the tendon. It must be from behind. It must damaged feet and all those other things you said will not do.
But most 411 cases have very little to no skeletal remains.
So they won't do
on their packs. Sure. And I get that. But what I'm saying is, if you've ever seen, all right, and I know you haven't, I'm not saying that you should.
No, I'm sure I'm saying that. I've seen people of all sorts of decay on the trails, of all states of decay. Yeah.
But what I'm saying, if you've ever seen a cat hunt and how they actually kill their prey.
I just did. Then right? We all just watched
it. And we simply accept that a percentage are cats.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So it's probably not a cougar because cougars leave evidence in skulls and the upper neck typically. And so you have these people who are disappearing across. Now I'll be very, very specific. The Southeast, right?
So we're talking about the Appalachians, that trail and all that.
Yes. Yeah. Specifically. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Who disappear for no explicable reason, and you kind of have to assume it's snake bite, or they broke a leg, they slipped on a rock, something like that. I propose that a percentage of these are bobcat killings.
Where it would stand to reason, right? A certain percentage would have to be.
I think so. Having watched cats hunt and having encountered them in the wild, having encountered them,
I got one for you.
A natural environment, doing the shit that they do, bro.
Hold on. I got stories of Appalachian 7 months in a damn tent. You guys ever want to hear about them? Yeah.
I've done it, dude. I've done it. Wow. I didn't do the Appalachian Trail, but I spent like 2 months, 3 months at a time fucking camping, dude.
Okay, let's go there with
trail, but I traveled for 7 months everywhere I went.
Okay, I want to hear that.
Trail or not.
I want to hear that. Let's go, Joe, and then we'll go to those stories because I was going to bring up that Reese Witherspoon movie.
I was just going to say, speaking of cats, the way they hunt. I'm sure you know this. Over in India, they found out that tigers hunt from the rear, and they were just killing like 500 people a year or so. Stupid numbers. Somebody came up and put a mask on the back of your head. The cats thought that they were seeing a face, and it dropped dramatically. However, cats are smart. They figured it out that they were masked, and they went right back up to the previous numbers. Yeah.
Can you imagine the guy that thinks he's safe with the mask?
He's like, I heard this, Joe. I'm from Chicago, but I heard this works.
Yeah, he's done.
See, here's the thing. Me and Joe have seen all the same videos. We've read all the same shit.
Read the same books. I was reading before the internet. I was reading.
You're pretty much the same person.
No, totally different. He does critical race, and I say there's no such thing as white privilege.
Perro, you go ahead. Let's hear these Appalachian stories.
Yeah.
What made you want to do that anyway? Hit the trail.
El Perro has a reason to do it. I live here. This is different.
Okay.
That's a good question. What's your reason? That's a good question.
Why'd you do that?
Can you turn up your mic, Perro?
Let me fix it. Kind of low, Perro.
I blame NPC because he's running the channel.
Not much.
How's that?
I haven't had the interview where you coached me. All right, Sasquatch Shills. Help me get better at this, Sasquatch.
Come in for a show. I'll do it. I'll tell you everything I know, everything I've learned from everyone I've interviewed.
Okay.
The thing is, you got to ask the right questions.
Okay.
But you got to make some rules, set some rules. You remember last time you went for an interview? The Sasquatch going to use you like the last time.
I've seen him use a couple people
from me, Joe. You told me specifically to sell you on the idea, and I went, I'm not going to do that. I'm offering you my platform as a channel. You can say whatever you like and promote your channel, or don't, or promote other channels. That's up to you.
I'm just giving NPC a hard time because
we moved on with our lives, thanks, right? Aren't we moving on with our lives? Isn't that what we're doing?
Oh my God,
that's the plan. Yeah,
it's all like a divorce couple,
right? So let's do that.
Or separated. Go ahead, El Perro. What made you want to do that trail, bro? Or camp in a tent, sir?
Oops, where am I? Okay. I had to make sure my volume is on.
Put you up.
I was born on the Mississippi, and I'm so much like Tom Sawyer. I do not like wearing shoes. I run around barefoot as much as possible. I love connecting with the earth. I'm a survival man. I go out to the woods. And I got all kinds of pictures I can show you. Skinned raccoons, fish 2.5, 3 feet long, a handful of fish 3 to 4 feet long, all kinds of stuff. And that's my true nature. But in my adult life, I've been caught up in this society where I don't get to experience that unless it's
however, your philosophy on society reflects the shit you're talking about, that free spirit shit. You were born with it.
Right.
Good point.
And so I felt kind of trapped in a society where I need to get out and do stuff. So I decided, okay, after my last court case, I'd already given up all the financial accounts, bank accounts, job, everything. Went to a barter and trade system and said, okay, let's go see what I can do by myself without any barter and trade as a matter of a society living where I need to pay bills in this. Let's go to the minimal standard and see what kind of a creature I am then. And while I was out there, I got to the top of this one peak that was called Frankenstein's Cliff. It was an 8-hour hike. And when I got to the top and I looked out, and understand, I was born in the Mississippi Valley, so I've always been on this flat cornfield here in Iowa. And when I hit that peak and I looked out, and at 56 years old, or however old I was, I can't remember how old that is. Let's see, that was 6 years ago. I'm 58, so 52 years old. And I looked out and I started crying because I knew no matter where I go, I am always on top of the world and I'm that close to him. It didn't matter. And that's where I belong. I don't belong on this concrete.
Hey, let me jump in a little bit. Every time I travel, when I see mountains, I am bawling. And I'm in Colorado, so that is a fucking lot. Before 15 minutes from the crib, I am bawling. Those mountains just bring it out of you, bro.
It's a calling.
It's like this on Cliff right here.
Can I ask you a question? I want to ask the whole panel, and I want y'all to all answer.
Wait. You're not saying that's what Perro hiked, are you?
It says it's supposed to be Frankenstein's Cliff.
Was it snow when you hiked it?
That's Frankenstein's Cliff in December. That's December, January.
I was about to be like, holy fuck, white people, April,
May.
Yeah, this is, and like I said, it's an 8-hour trek to the top. So when these guys get to the top and they look out over that view, I'm telling you, it's amazing.
So I have a different opinion on the whole hiking, camping thing because I experienced it different when I was younger. I was permitted to go anywhere on the property that we had joined. I had literal legal access in the sense that when game wardens showed up, I would show them my ID and they'd let me go because I was permitted to be there, right? And it's 280 acres of swamp, timberland, what do they call it? Deciduous forest and cloud forest. We're talking like the full breadth of verticality when it comes to the Appalachian Trail, right? Given the choice, I will take an island in a swamp any day of the week.
Did that one too.
Any Hun Valley anywhere in the universe. Hung Valley has a limited amount of protein inside it. You can only stay there for a limited amount of time. You can hang out in a swamp from now to the end of freaking time if you're willing to eat a snake.
Mm.
Yep, I did this trail too.
See, I haven't done any of the Appalachian trails. I don't know. I've lived in rough.
Hey, Sasquatch, what was your question? You're going to ask us a question, remember? You said you were going to ask us a question.
Is there a benefit to doing this type of traveling, whether it's Appalachian Trail, hiking, Colorado, the Rocky? I'm sure the Rocky Mountains have their own sort of hardcore method. Like,
well, that's where I'm heading next. Or up north to the upper range there in Oregon or Washington.
But how much of the Appalachian Trail have you done?
Just in the central area of White Mountains.
Bitch, bring it to Georgia and I'll fucking meet you.
Oh, you get me down to Georgia, I'm going to start looking for ginseng.
Okay, sure. I can show you a couple of very likely locations, but what I'm getting at is if you bring it to Georgia, I'll buy you a dinner. We'll have us a nice conversation. We'll do us a couple of like little shorts and a couple of like 5-10 minute videos, having a conversation, and we'll move on with our freaking life.
Gentlemen, I'm going to cut out on you, gentlemen. I was just taking a break from editing. I've been editing for fucking all day. I'm going to get back to it, man.
Hey, thanks, OG. Appreciate you blessing us.
Blessings, bro.
You bet.
Legend right there. Legend. Now, were you saying, Sasquatch, is there a benefit to hiking any of these trails, or
sure.
Is that what you're getting at?
I all right. So
when I remember this part right here. Like I said, I did this trail too. I've got a video in my thing here. I might be able to pull up and it'll show you the same place.
Okay.
Ripley Falls. Yep.
Okay.
The ability to walk into the wilderness. Right. I'm not saying that I could. All right. Well, maybe I could, but most people who hike couldn't walk into an environment and just live on that environment. You have to be able to look at the environment and take the full breadth of calories available there. We are not pre-Columbian here. We don't have American chestnuts. Without American chestnuts, you cannot just live in the forest. That's not a thing. If you eat those squirrels, if you eat those rabbits, if you eat the fish, you will die of rabbit starvation eventually. It will get you.
Oh. Those chestnuts give you protein or whatnot?
American chestnuts are unique, bro. Yeah. I really like this is kind of a sore spot for me personally. American chestnuts are something that's missing from the eastern cloud forest. They are the eastern version of the sequoia. There's no reason you should know this, but when Cortez came and burned his ships and then marched to the East Coast to build his ships to go back to England, he built them out of American chestnut, the greatest wood to have ever occurred on Earth. That being said, the Chinese chestnut virus infested them. They no longer occur on the eastern seaboard. And if I had the money, if I had the ability, I would buy 500 acres in like Arizona somewhere, dig a deep fucking hole until I found water, and plant American chestnuts there to be able to propagate them into the future. They did not kill them. It ruined their ability to make propagation.
They sterilized them, basically.
The stumps still exist. I can go to my pop's land and go collect chestnuts, but they're all susceptible to the Chinese chestnut virus. Because of that, there's a limited amount of benefit from planting them. If you could take them elsewhere where the virus doesn't exist, there's a chance they would generate a resistance It just takes time. It takes repetitiveness, and it takes doing it over and over and over again. And this desert Southwest is the perfect environment for this, because the chestnut virus cannot exist in that level of desiccation. And so if you could create a quote unquote sanctuary out there in the desert, it could exist without being infected. And you could have more genomes and genomics developed from that source of chestnuts. I'm sorry. I like American chestnuts.
I made that knife.
Yeah. Sorry about that, bro. That's not the knife. That's awesome, but like that sucks, because I mean, my thing is, I grew up in the redwoods. So when you said sequoia, because I'm from Cali, right, Northern California, dude, so I can only imagine if something happened to those trees. So I feel you, bro.
Let me give you some numbers. The American chestnut can crack granite 90 feet deep.
Yeah.
It can grow roots directly into granite.
Wow.
It has a 350 foot tall upper canopy.
That was a wolf spider bite, not me.
Yeah, but that's not good. That is a wolf.
That looked bad. Go back to that. Go back to that. That was awful. You still have your thumb, I guess. Jesus Christ.
It's amazing what nature can do to you if you're not careful.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talk about mushrooms, I got plenty of experience.
Mm-hmm.
I love the mushrooms. Gosh.
You forage, huh?
Oh yeah, watch. Yeah. This is a plethora of mushrooms, and I made a good journal of them.
So like psilocybin right there, maybe?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet.
We got a few of those though.
Those are tasty right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken of the forest.
There you go. You got a lot of swamp mushrooms. Mushrooms in the swamp too. Probably.
Yep.
All right. So this is something I've learned from long experience in the swamp. If you're in a swamp and you encounter mushrooms, do not eat them.
Mm-hmm.
The edible mushrooms take place outside of the human environment of the swamp. It's on the edges. Edges, bro. If you're in the swamp and you're fishing and looking for sustenance and you want mushrooms, you go either up into altitude to find edible mushrooms, or you go out into grassland to find edible mushrooms. You will not, usually, with a few exceptions, shiitake, hatake, and a couple of others, you will not find them actually in the swamp. You have to go outside of that humid, oppressive atmosphere.
Now this is on the top of a post, you know, like a regular fence post, a round one. So it's only about 4 or 6 inches. But these here are tiny little mushrooms, and all this green stuff in here, this is that lichen that you see. And then these are a bunch of little tiny mushrooms all over the place.
Could you imagine if you were a miniature organism, that would look like a straight Alice in Wonderland right there.
Yeah. And this year, somebody was talking about when we were talking about the 411 missing 411s, and you know, accidentally falling or slipping accidentally, and this is where I knocked myself out. I woke up hours later after I tripped over a piece of barbed wire of all things.
Damn.
Out in the middle of the woods, out in the middle of the mountains, tripped over a piece of barbed wire between a couple rocks. Had I been more conscious and aware, I'd have seen the long wall of rocks as a property boundary, an old ancient property boundary.
Yeah. But hours you were out unconscious?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
It was daylight. I woke up, it was night.
I've been there. I've done that. It was different. I got startled by a bird and fell down and barked my head against a piece of metal. and woke up several hours later. It was dark, and I was out in like the wilderness.
It was down a hill or something?
No, I was actually about 35 feet from my front door. I was walking along. A bat flew across my eyes, and I freaked out and stumbled, hit my head on a piece of metal, and woke up several hours later with the dogs laying next to me, which is another reason why I promote dogs.
Yep, absolutely.
You don't have to ask for help. If they think you need it, they'll just show up and do it.
Yeah.
I was
If you
lucky.
don't need help, they'll do it.
Well, yeah, I consider myself lucky because any predator could have come along. And I'm telling you, I've been hearing coyotes for damn sure. And I know I did see a black bear at the other end of the meadow one morning when I woke up, and he was wandering across the bottom of the meadow. You know, so they are out there, and